So we're commonsensentv.com.
Yeah, it'll get you wherever you're at. It don't matter where you're at.
Yeah,
you can sit down if you want.
It's got a very wide angle.
Yeah, you can sit down if you want.
So it's just whatever your opinion is. We're not going to edit it from the start of this to the end of this. That's what's going to go on there. So whatever you want to say, you know, like why are you here today?
I want to share the idea of instant revolution, instant dreadlocks. The Guru came here from a spiritually mature culture and sat down quietly, in stillness, doing nothing but breathing. We circled around wondering what Guru was up to, doing nothing but breathing. We heard Guru chanting the magic name of the Lord, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Krishna, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Just breathing. Rasta passed us the seed-bearing green herb to breathe in a precious breath. And we heard a new song, Ja Rastafari. This instant, and I all can tune into the source of all bounty, and there's no need to work for capital or any other provider other than the source, and in this way we can be instantly free. When I recognized Ja Rastafari in our heart, instant dreadlocks, and then soon come they'll grow out.
What do you think about what's going on here today?
Oh, I love it. It's wonderful. The revolutionary things that are happening instantly here are we're freely assembling at a place we might not be welcome here normally. We wouldn't be welcome setting up camps and sleeping here normally.
That's true.
We're thinking, caring, communicating with one another, connected in a way most of us are not connected normally.
Right.
Connected not only with one another here, we had a visit from Colombia,
right,
occupied, we're liaisoning with other occupieds all over. We're taking the major problems upon ourselves. We realize they're not being addressed.
They're not being addressed by the government, basically.
By, well, I wouldn't say that there's people in government addressing them, but as a whole, they're not addressing many fundamental ways. I think a lot of people that are occupying would like to see adjustments in the economics of capitalism. I long ago realized I don't fit in capitalism. So after college, I've been in the free world. It's job provides.
Sure. I do think it's an interesting point. You can't come camp here normally just to enjoy this space. You have to be protesting or in some sort be here doing this. Why do you think that it has to be so regulated just to be here in this particular space and just not to be able to camp and stuff like that?
Oh, because the motels want the business. where they say the business of America is business, and capitalism serves capital, and if it's not serving capital, it doesn't fit, and people living freely doesn't serve capital. In someplace, Scandinavian country, I think I heard if a building is vacant for a period of time, it's free for people to move into. That makes a lot of sense. If we don't do that, we've got many people homeless in many empty buildings. It's just part of the ways capitalism doesn't work for a lot of people. I think it's served its purpose. It industrializes for the industrial age, but it doesn't seem to be serving a good purpose now.
Do you think if there was one particular action that people would do, one specific action that people would do, what do you think that would be, that would start to make some sort of change?
For me, as I might have kind of expressed in the beginning of my little communication, to follow the lead of Eastern guru and to stop, and not to do more of anything, but to stop and be aware of what I'm doing. Personally, I was attracted to the idea of peace, and evolving from a carnivore diet of my first half of my life to an herbivore diet is a radical, revolutionary personal transformation. I don't need to depend on anyone else to do that, and that's the biggest step in evolution I've made personally in my life. So stopping eating meat was a big step forward, because that was something when I realized that my food choices every day were involving slaughter and mistreatment of animals. And I was surprised to find out recently that with all our artificial lifestyle of cars and air conditioners and refrigerators, it's actually the way we gather cows together that is destroying the ozone more than any other cause.
Yeah. So maybe one particular action people could take is their own personal action of how they're living their own personal life.
Right. Everyone knows personally what their best statement, best action is. As we've all followed the action of gathering together and sharing, that's a real good beginning, I think. And,
right.
So I like a lot of the actions I've heard. I got in on the first part of the march yesterday. It was beautiful.
How many people we weren't here yesterday? How many people were here yesterday?
It's hard to say. It keeps fluctuating. It's similar to this, I think.
Uh-huh.
Another step personally.
Did you see any of major news outfits yesterday?
Not as much as the day before. Although good press, the march made the front page later when they got downtown. Oh, another radical thing we can do, I think, is to walk and ride a bike. That's really a major change, because we're healthier after a trip rather than have polluted the world a little bit more and out of a little bit of money. And our environment's been given over to cars so much we don't even realize how much we give up our sound, peace, and our
noise pollution.
And I'm back in a situation where I have access to a car, so I'm needing to push myself to make that choice every day, because they're so comfortable and inside when you have far to go. But the more we can, it's hard each single biker or walker because our environment's so made for cars, but the more groups of us decide that there might be a better way to get from one place to another, then maybe we'll get some serious public transportation systems too. So
awesome.
Individually sitting down and deciding, rather than doing some further action, to stop doing the actions and consider what I've been doing. A collective way that sometimes manifests is like the strikes people were talking about. That's a collective stopping and sitting down and maybe not necessarily saying the work we're doing. Possibly the work we're doing will be be better left undone. But I guess they're coming from the economic place that the conditions of our work are not proper, so we're going to stop doing the work till adjustments are made.
If there was any one specific thing you could say to President Obama, what would that be? If he was sitting here right now, just relaxed.
He lost me when he abandoned his preacher. I'm a religious, divinely guided person, and I responded to what that preacher said. Yes, damn America, when we're causing destruction and making people suffer around the world. Of course, God doesn't bless us in those times when we're causing suffering to other children of Jah around the world.
Oh, you're talking about Jeremiah Wright? When
right.
He
I would tell him to go back to his church. If he's going to profess to be a follower of Christ, he should be serious about it. If not, he ought to say, I'm here to serve the economy or whatever he's following. Plus, I'd like to take him on to a little one-on-one basketball.
That sounds like it would be fun, especially at the White House.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you very much. We'll put this on the web unedited.
Thank you. This is my 7 or 8 of my 15 minutes of fame. Thanks for the
You got it, man.